Well, hey everybody, it's Romania Black, and I am cozying up with my cup of coffee as it's cold outside because we have episode 2 of Word of Honor, baby! I was like, is watching one episode enough for this series for right now? For right now, while I'm waiting for my internet to come back up, yes. But also, yes, because last week, oh my gosh, there's quite a bit to talk about. I've got Whiteboard Coon over there, and I'm recording this a few days after I recorded episode 1 because I'm obsessed. And I'm like, you can't just stop right there when our dear, sweet Wen KeXing has just shown up into the fray with Zhou. I'm like, okay, hold on. Hold up. You mean to tell me I'm going to wait? No. So with that said, just recapping from Whiteboard Coon's notes over here, we've got basically 2 storylines at least going on, maybe even 3. We've got the one storyline where this one Rongzhan was supposedly killed at Mount Qingja, or Xingjia, and there's this glazed armor that has been stolen and broken up and passed around. If you have this glazed armor, you can go to this armory where there's this invincible weaponry you can get a hold of. That seems to be the case. So that storyline's going on, and there are these 10 devils of Ghost Valley that are trying to find the glazed armor that belongs to the head ghost, who I'm presuming is the ghost of Rongzhan, but we don't know for sure yet. We'll find out as we go. But they're trying to find this armor. Meanwhile, Prince Jin is trying from the north to become ruler of the land and is trying to basically get all the officials out of the way, all of his opponents out of the way. And he created this assassin guild known as the Window of Heaven. And from the Window of Heaven, he put in charge our dear, sweet, angsty, artistic poet Zhou Zishu, who has decided upon everyone else that he knows from his previous guild, which was the 4 Seasons. They've all died, including his bestie, who is known as Chen Zhu Zhao. He's supposedly dead too, and now poor Zhao. There's a lot of, I always get confused with the X and the J sounds and the Z sounds as well as being a J sound, and I'm terrible at pronunciation, so just bear with me. I'll get it eventually, I'm sure. But from there, poor Zhao, he has decided, he's like, I can't bear being by myself anymore. I don't want to go through being an assassin anymore. I'm a peace out. I'm going to put these 7 nails in my body. We don't get confirmation if he's put the 7th nail in, but we think that he has because we saw him with it, so why wouldn't he? But it's one of those like no body, no death, no body sort of situation. But supposedly he has 3 years to live. 3 years to live. He has half his spiritual energy, and he'll slowly lose all of his senses thanks to what he's done. So he's kind of on borrowed time, which is a terrifying and tragic concept unless the power of true love can stop the power of the nails. I don't know how that works, though. I'm like, maybe he can become a ghost. Ghosts in cultivation novels are things. I know this from Heaven Official's Blessing, so maybe he can become a ghost king. And him and his new friend, Wen KeXing, can just go out and have lots of fun. But Wen KeXing, meanwhile, is like, got his fan out, being diva, being like, what is this? And then he is also alongside Gu Zhang. She is so fiery, so yandere coded. I am loving her already. I'm like, yes, please. And the two of them are, Gu is more concerned about the fact that Zhao tricked her, but Wen KeXing seems like he doesn't think that Zhao's an actual beggar. He's putting up an act. And as we know, Zhao has put on the prosthetic mask to hide his beauty underneath. So there's a lot of things at work. There's a lot of things at play in this series so far. One thing I will note before we start is that coming off of MXTX's novels, and those are the only Danmai I've really ever read, and I've read all of MXTX's work, coming across how she does the male lead and the lover, I feel like Zhao and Wen KeXing are kind of like a breath of fresh air to that, because they are not really like her protagonists and lovers at all. They seem very different. It's kind of weird. You have Zhao, who is angsty and deep and dark and brooding, but has this like sense of just ennui and guilt, and he's so like just angst ridden, but he's very dramatic and kind of like pseudo villainous and anti-hero-esque. And then you have Wen KeXing, who does not seem stoic. He's sitting there like a damn diva too, with his fan like, what of it? Just, oh, really? Like a white peacock. And that's such a weird combination that I'm not used to, but I'm finding it very refreshing, and I'm really excited about seeing where these characters go and what we get revealed about them, right? Because right now we're just dealing with like surface level, face value, surface level impressions. I want to see where it goes, but I'm really, really excited about this plot line. And I have a feeling White Raccoon is going to be a lot of help to figure out as we go, because we got quite a bit going on. Now, going into this, I am skipping the OP and ED for now, because I've been told I need to wait a little bit before we get into it so I don't get spoilers. So y'all will just have to deal and bear with me as I get into it. But I will get to the OP and ED eventually. Don't worry. I will get to, and the moderators have informed me that there will be a time I can watch it, so don't you worry. But anyway, I'm super excited. I sat down tonight. I was like, I am cozy. I can't wait. I want to see episode 2. So before we start, a very special shout out to Reiki, and let's go. Ha ha. I'm assuming this is correct. I'm assuming subtitles are fine. Oh. Yeah, very. She's like, bitch, no! Girl, I love her. Oh. 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 Ah! Ooh. Come here, girl. Oh. She's like, don't mind me. Oh, like a little sister. Oh. Oh, it's just me with my little bitty socket lamp. His maid. Oh, interesting. Ah! Oh! Oh! Chemistry! Give it to me! Oh! Oh! They're too hot! The two of them! No! Ah! Girl! Feisty! Love her. She has Pomeranian energy, and I'm here for it. Did you just become the bottom, my friend? Because I don't know. Ken Wishing is giving... He is giving top energy and did not even have to try. Sir, I thought that he was gonna... Well, apparently not. Aw, Zhang. Oh, of the Five Lake Alliance. Oh, we heard them last episode. Well, I'm slowly dying, but you know. Bullshit. Let's leave the beggar. I thought he was gonna like brush him off. Oh, the mirror. A place to stay. Mirror. Oh, the Mirror Lake Mountain Villa. Like the Four Seasons Mountain Villa. Oh, but he's kind of hot. Are you faking it or are you really coughing? I'm a bad guy. Duh. Master Zong. Oh. He's so sweet. I'm going to get some croissants from a mom. Aw, what a cute little kid. He's probably like 27. Suckers. Look at this bookmark. Interesting. Oh. Oh, that kid reminded you of him. Oh. Oh. That sick ghoul. Oh. Ooh. Hmm. How do you know? But how do you know? But what do you know, sir? KeXing, what do you know? You're gonna get swamp water on them radishes. All the little buns. Love the buns. The water of the 5 lakes. Interesting. Aw. Uh-huh. Unfairly. Huh. Interesting. We'll go back and talk about that. A fellow hobo? Or is that the uncle? Oh. A boatman. Oh, so it's not him. Oh. He's got the money. Uh-huh. You got a problem, kid? Hmm. Uh. I love it's the same guy. Just slinging water everywhere. You don't know what you may find. Like Steppenwolf's magic carpet ride plays. A pretentious rascal! Oh, I'm not trying to steal your business. I'm trying to steal that man. Ah, damn! Ah, damn! Oh! You won't escape me. Oh my god! He is giving a little bit of Hwa Chong energy. That sick ghoul's a man I'm gonna fuck. Shut up! Shut up, Goo! Goo girl! Silence! Okay, even with the prosthetic makeup on, there's a little bit of Zhao that like radiates through. It is him with prosthetic makeup. That's so wild. But it does shine through. It's starting to. I'm interested. But I want him to go back to his beautiful, luxurious diva self. Well, this is pretty. I love the greens. The green water, the green trees. That is actually gorgeous. Apricot blossoms. Ooh. Oh. Oh, how pretty. Is there like an Amazon order on that barge over there? Everybody calling him a ghoul. Throw him the silver. Ah! And the reflection in your pee. Ah! Ah! Okay, there is a Wei Wuxian gremlin quality about Zhao, which is coming out, which is interesting. And there's also like, if Lan Wangji was a sassy diva in KeXing. That's right, you hover through them apricot blossoms. What a beautiful place for a rendezvous with a handsome man dressed in white. Oh. That is them CGI trees. Ooh. Oh, you were starting to have fun, Zhao. You were starting to have fun. Don't blame it on the booze. You can just solicit some alcohol. Oh. Oh, 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 what is this? What is this? Oh, oh, why are you fighting him? Why are we fighting? Do you know these moves? Do you know him? Ah! What is this? What is this? Fighting a forest to a song? What is this synchronized dancing first date? Your government thought this was heterosexual? Really, China? This is like this is a pillow away from being a steamy music video. This is a damn romance song. I would have gave up. Oh, the hat versus the fan. Oh, damn. Oh. Oh, my apologies. Don't mind me. Oh. 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 Uh-huh. Oh, my taste is perfectly fine. Oh! Oh, my dude. Oh, a poet. Sir. Who is this guy? Okay, so you don't think he... Oh, okay. Want to drink some with me? On the boat! He's inviting you back to his place. Oh, oh, we are laying it on so thick. Oh, I think he just made it clear. Oh. Oh, I told you I was going to be here. Ah! His intentions are quite clear, actually. How did this bullshit become so fragrant? Oh my god. Wen KeXing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kin Wishing. Oh my god. Aw. Hmm. His tastes are to be desired. Oh, I like that backdrop. Oh. Ooh. Okay, Yusin. Uh-huh, and there's Zhang, yeah. Oh, he's all dressed up now. Or is that a brother? Ooh, with the ghosts. I'm out Qingya. Ooh, we can't speak too much of the glazed armor. Them's fighting words. Because it's been stolen, right? Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Warrior, you say? Okay, okay, we're gonna go back to that. Oh, Chenglings. Okay. So that must be the brother. I was like, I say they look different, but yes. Oh, both younger brothers. Okay, so there's two of them. Gotta have spares in case something happens to one of them. Woodshed! This is our rustic villa. As you can see, we have lined it with only the finest of kindling. We can take you back to the boat. Booze. Plenty. As you can see, I am out of liqueur. We'll bring you the cheap shit. Ah! You know, there'd be some, like, minimalist yuppie that would think this was actually a good deal, so into the woodshed we go. Oh. Oh, we're back to Prince Jin. Is he longing for Zhao? Am I doing my job as good as Zhao? Oh, yeah, the creepy song. The children are singing? We can't have the children singing. Oh. Yeah. Jin's like, I gotta find him. Oh, creepy! No! I mean, for an Airbnb, this is not bad. Could be worse. Although there ain't no mattress on that bed. My mid-30s back would be aching quite severely. Oh, is this something that happens? Does this happen around midnight? Is it get exacerbated at a certain time? Oh shit, maybe drinking and... Oh no, not necessary! Ooh, I don't like that at all. No. Oh, ooh, the vein effect. Nope. Bleh, bleh, bleh. I do not like seeing veins crawl. No. Oh my God. Oh, no, why? Oh, I don't like seeing that at all. Ew, no, why are we doing that? Why would we do something like that? Are you trying to stop whatever is in the nails from, like, affecting your senses? Oh, I don't like that vein effect at all. Absolutely not. No, no, no. Ugh, bleh. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, a battle was not in the Yelp reviews. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Oh my God! Aw, damn it, CGI fire. The worst kind of fire! Oh! These were the guys from the Ghost Valley. Okay, ghost masks. Yeah! Shit. You hover down there. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Boomerang Sword, how you doing? Oh, with the arm flap of the robe, of course. Damn. Oh, okay. That's no good. Why you guys escaping? How's that work? What are they looking for? A mechanical sparrow? Oh, because it's spying after him. It's spying for him. Oh, shit. Okay. Damn, all these mountain villas under attack. Boatman! Oh, the funeral papers. Ooh, I love that. That's such a cool thing. Boatman, no! The funeral papers as talismans is a really cool effect, actually. Oh, damn. Oh, shit, no! Old man! Oh, shit! That's right. Oh! Oh, 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 oh! Zhou, you badass! Oh! Sick ghoul! Ah! Yes! Drop kick it! Oh, the sword! Oh! You shut your face! Ah! He has too much power. KeXing has too much power. No, too much power. Not too much. No, he's too confident. And he drinks. And he has a sassy fan. No, this is too much power. Too much power for protagonist. You can't give us all this at once. Zhou, you are a strong man. I would have been on my knees in a heartbeat. Oh, shit! This is a bloody show. Oh, but the third one got away. The third one left. Pretty skilled for a beggar. Well. Sick ghoul. Oh no. Damn it, not good. Oh. 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 This kid with blood splattered all over his face. So is he one of the sons? Oh my god. Oh, well. Oh, well, that's a fun coincidence. Oh. Oh. Somebody. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, kid. No, 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 kid. That's awfully sweet of you. I don't like that sound. One bit. No, no. What does that sound? He needs to get that under control. Can KeXing like make out with him to control that or something? Can we do that? He's a tad bit silly. Oh my god. Well, that's creepy. That was like Puppet Master creepy. Old sick ghoul who's probably barely 30. What is this, Dragon Ball Z? What is this, Dragon Ball Z? Give me 15 minutes, Piccolo. Let's go. He doesn't have it. I thought y'all know that the dancing ghost has it. Oh! Oh, man got game! Oh, I don't like the tripwires. Not fair. So does he have to every night do this to keep himself, like, in check? Oh! 15 minutes, huh? Oh my god. That is, I don't like that, like, sauntering in effect. Hey, when? Where are you at? Oh no! Oh my god. Where you at? Oh. Oh! 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 Hi, Goo! Goo girl! Goo girl! Goo yes, please! Ah! Yes, queen! Oh, hell yeah. How dare you do evil in front of me? I'm too pretty for you to be evil in front of. Oh my god. Girl. She gives like all the Winx Club diva vibes. I live. Like, bitch, did you really? Ah! She's like, I don't need split ends. Not from any of you all. She is amazing. I love her. Oh, hell yes, girl. Oh, I thought that was her dragging him away to safety, but no. Old man, you keep struggling. Girl is like taking care of business every day. Oh, live. Oh. Oh, that's right. Oh, oh, the walnuts. Is one of them the actual guy from earlier? Or is that just his calling card? Oh. I mean. When you gonna help or are you just gonna watch? Oh. Smelly beggar! You've upgraded from foul ghoul to smelly beggar. Shit. Oh, he would! Oh, he would, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he? Oh! Oh! Fancy meeting you here. Oh, she's like, oh, this man. I love that his sword is curvy and bendy. Oh, old man. Wow. Wen is not concerned. Interesting. I'm not dead yet. Old sick ghoul. Slightly. Oh. 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 They're just basically making him comfortable while he dies. Oh. You rode and dashed off a boat 2 times. Oh. To take the kid. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh. You've been given a quest from a dying old man whose boat you dined and dashed from. Oh, and he's a prince, so... I mean, maybe not technically a prince, but the idea is still there. Old sick ghoul! What is thy name? Zhou Zishu. Oh! He's like, Zhou Zishu, huh? We'll see. I'm sure that Wen is like, I don't know how I feel about that, if that's true or not, but okay. Uncle Zhou! Oh, I love this setup. Oh. Word of honor, huh? Word of honor, huh? "18 generations of your ancestors!" Oh. Oh. Damn! Damn! That dead body acting is really good. That's so scary. Oh. Damn! That's a really emotional death, actually! Oh my god! Making us care about this boat driver. Oh, y'all. No, just, oh. Looks like some shit's going down there. Why weren't we invited to the rave? Let's go! Oh. Everybody's dead. They did. Uh-huh. Okay. I don't believe that Wen KeXing dug a single ounce of that dirt. Sharp bone structure. Oh, sharp bone structure. That's okay. I mean, you're not wrong. Wen KeXing. Oh. Oh. Wen KeXing, huh? Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Yeah, and he's the kid that helped him earlier. Okay. Yeah, he helped him in the town. Oh. Oh. Well, I mean, it looks like you need someone to help carry this kid. We should rest one night in my private suite. Ah! Please, into my luxury suite. Have tea with me, please. Love me. I mean, it is a lot bigger than the previous Airbnb. That eyebrow raise, he's like, are you gonna eat this? We could share it with an indirect kiss, with you eating a bite and then me eating a bite. Have my s'more pancake. I like that Wen's like, you gonna actually eat that? I mean, uh, I, I mean, I want what's on those sticks rather than what she just made. Aw. Hmm. She's like, ah, what is this? When KeXing's like, hi, I am a scoundrel, so I like gentlemen. Oh. Hmm. A ranger. Oh, Xiaobing like Strider. Yes, please. This is like Legolas and Aragorn fan fiction that we're just witnessing. It was on the floor, sir, but all right. 10-second rule. You don't like the bread I made? I got Star Baker, bitch. Eat it. Oh my god. Hmm. Oh, he's like, Miss Goo. Oh. Oh. Are they touching sticks? Are they gonna touch sticks? Oh, it's just her. I wanted them to be touching sticks. Oh, but you should turn your head and look at the way that he's looking at you. Oh my God. You are undressing him with your eyes, sir. This is not appropriate for children. Chongling, yes, Chongling. Ooh. Ooh. Mmm. Oh. Damn, she's fiery. Ooh. Are you hurt, young man? Kind lady. Guzhong. God. Oh. Ah! Ah! Just, why you keep touching? Oh no. Yes, he is. The blood on your hand says otherwise. I love that his white robes are in no need and in no way dirty. Well, he gonna die. Right. Ooh. Oh, oh! Oh, we gonna dance for the fire? Are we gonna do that? Ah! Guzhong's like, oh, in front of my noun bread? Oh, you just barely graze each other. Shut up. Get a room. The bread. Oh, I think he's made it clear. Just trying to prevent some infection. Just being the voice of reason. Don't know why you're not healing your injury. Oh, shut up! Shut the frick up! Are you kidding me? That's where you're gonna end it? Oh, well, that's better than last week, but are you actually joking? Ahem. Oh, y'all. Oh. Whoa. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to both leads of the couple exuding this much. I have thoughts. I have thoughts like I'm going to watch this episode again in slow motion every time damn Wen KeXing is eye freaking the camera. Oh my God. He was sensually undressing Zhao at every turn. I was like, do you have no shame, sir? Do you have any shame? No. But, so what an interesting episode. I was with the Untamed. I think I could watch 2 episodes at a time because I had already watched the Donghua from Odao Zushi and I was reading the novels. So it was just like, you knew the plot, so you didn't really have to pay too much attention. With this, I feel like doing it 1 episode at a time is almost necessary because they cram a lot into an episode. There was a lot. I looked down at where the timer was. We weren't even like a third of the way through, and I was thinking, oh my God, we have a long way to go in this episode. We got a lot going on. And that's kind of what's happening. So Zhao, is now just Zhao Zhu. Zhao Shu. That's all. Just that they and old Wen KeXing. I kept wanting to call him Ken Weshing, and so no, but Wen KeXing. He's not convinced. He's just like, oh, Zhao Zhu, huh? Where's that shoe coming from? And he's like, don't you worry about it. And then, damn, Gu Xiang, Gu girl. She is queen. I freaking love her. She is maybe my favorite female Don-Mai character that I've read so far. No offense to any of the ladies in MXTX's works. No offense to them. But there is something so fiery about Gu Xiang. I love her. And what I love most about her is that she is fiery, she is sassy, she is unapologetic, she just spit talks and slanders people and gets the job done, but she's also this cute little petite girl that talks with this little high-pitched voice. It's like, now, you mother trucker. I was like, I love it. Yes, please. I love that because there's nothing really stoic about her. She's just this precocious young girl who wants to kick ass and take names later. And then Wen KeXing is like, now. Just, I love her. She's my favorite Don-Mai female character so far. I love her. I will watch a whole... I didn't know how I feel about her last episode. I'm like, how is she going to be as a character? No. That whole bread making scene, freaking love her. So episode 2, eh? And I love that her purple just gives me like, I think of the Zhang clan in Modao Zushi. I think of that. I also think of Daphne from Scooby-Doo. If Yanli were a sassy fire spitting girl, that would have been her. So anyway, and I love that Zhao calls her kind lady when she's like, quit it, I'm not nice. You look sweet, but you're fierce. And she's like, yeah, what of it? I love it. I love that she has the whip. And then of course, Wen KeXing stepping in and grabbing the whip and him just being like, now, didn't I say leave the guy alone? I love he just slowly pulls her towards him and she doesn't even fight. She's just like, okay, I'll come over here, mister. I love that he just gets her to calm down instantly, right? And the way he says Ajong. Now, he says, she calls him master and he calls her Ajong, except, when he's getting on to her and everything. But it makes, to me, they feel more like a student and teacher relationship, like he's training her. But we know nothing about Ken KeXing. We know nothing about him. And interestingly enough, for a man that was leader of an entire assassin guild, him not knowing who Ken KeXing is interesting to me because Zhao, and it could be that Zhao was so caught up with the Window of Heaven and the Assassins Guild, all he knew was what he knew from battling on Jin's behalf. So we don't know where Ken KeXing's from, what position he holds in this world, why Gu Zhang's with him, what their quest is. It seemed like they were just lounging about, and then he was like, well, who needs grinder? We got this guy walking right down my lane, am I right? So I don't know what his deal is or what his agenda is, but I am so fascinated by Wen KeXing, so fascinated by him. However, we do get an idea. He's heard of the Four Seasons before. He knows of the Four Seasons Mountain Villa, better believe. And he knows about the cloud stepping move that is Zhao's like signature thing. He knows of it, knows how to battle with it. So he's encountered them before. We just don't know to what extent and why and what's going on. So there's that. We don't know. However, there is something about his actor, something about Wen KeXing's actor that is just so captivating. And the way that he is so shameless. He is stoic, but he is shameless. He just throws a look and he's like, oh, what of it? What? I'm just like, what? He's like, it's like a snake. Like a handsome snake. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do with you. Like, I'm just flustered. He was just eye-loving the shit out of Zhao in this episode. He was undressing him every 10 seconds. And I was like, hello, sir. I do love the physical comedy of this show, especially when Zhao is like with the wine. He's like, oh, little girl, little Miss Gu Zhang. And she's just like, with her badger face. I love it. I love the physical comedy. Gu Zhang's actress is gorgeous, by the way. Beautiful. And then nary a hair nary a speck of dirt, nary anything upon Wen KeXing. He is as beautiful as snow, as right as rain. For my maid's rudeness. He says maid, but then she calls him master, but then they feel almost like student and teacher. It's interesting. I don't know. I have a theory, okay? And my theory is probably 1,000% wrong. But my theory is that Wen KeXing is the leader of he's actually the leader of the Ghost Valley. That's my theory. And he's just in disguise, like walking around in disguise. But then I'm like, no, they could be two totally separate people. So I can't decide how I feel about that. And then she, I think, could be a ghost, but then she also could be not a ghost. But I don't think, I'm torn because part of me is like, what if he's actually like the ghost leader looking for his armor and stumbles across him, and we have like the ghost and the human falling in love. And then if Zhou doesn't get these nails taken care of and he becomes a ghost, maybe they can be ghosts together. But then the other part of me is like, no, that seems like an MXTX plot line. I don't think that's happening here. So I'm keeping an open mind. I am fully expecting to be 1,000 times wrong. But it's weird because you have the ghost that's the chief of the Ghost Valley Tin Devils. They don't show all of him in the last episode. They keep him very mysterious, but there's little parts and pieces of his face and his hair that make me think of Wen KeXing, but then they also make me think of Liu Zhao, who's dead. So these three guys, they all have similar features, and I've not seen them all in the same room. So I feel bad. I feel like I have like face synesthesia, like face blindness, where it's like I'm mixing these characters together and I need to see them in the same room together to know that they're all different. And that's where I'm at with that. I feel like if I was reading the novel, it would be either even more mysterious or I wouldn't even have these theories. But the series makes me think that. So I'm fully anticipating that not being the case, so don't worry. But it's just in the back of my head. So I'm just going to shove that theory aside. We're going to shove Liu Zhao aside. See, my thing too was in the last episode, whenever Zhao looked up at the window and saw KeXing, I was like, oh, did he think KeXing looked like Liu Zhao and that he was like seeing a ghost? But he doesn't mention anything about it in this episode or call attention to it. So I'm guessing that's not the case. So my whole Wen KeXing is either ghost chief or spirit of Liu Zhao. We're going to take those theories and we're just going to put them off to the side for now. We're just going to box them away, put them up. If they come back later, we'll touch base on them. But from now here on forward, we'll just let that go unless I get otherwise. But damn, Wen KeXing is radiating top energy. And in the first episode, I was like, well, is our dear Zhao a top or bottom? Is he verse? Is he side? We don't know. Because, in MXTX's works, I would argue the main character, well, yeah, the main character in all three are pretty much, you could argue, primarily bottoms. So I didn't know if that was a Donmai trope, if most of the protagonists were bottoms and their main love interests were the tops. That's just, I didn't know if that was a trope or a thing, because at first I was like, well, Zhao's kind of giving, but then now that I think about it, no. No, now that I think about it, he's been giving bottom energy the entire time. I was like, well, maybe, but the moment that Wen KeXing came on stream, I'm like, oh, you are wanting to top hardcore. Okay, all right, good. I'm glad we've established that. Glad we've touched base on that. Good deal. So yeah, oh my God. This is what I love. I love Liu Zhang. She's like, I love the physical comedy too between Zhao and Gu Zhang, where he's just like, want your wine back? She's like, how dare you? Like, I love that. I freaking love that. Here's my thing. I am all for a Donmai, especially this live action, because obviously our dear Chinese government with censorship are not going to let these two guys, they ain't going to bone on screen, I am certain. But there's been several moments in this series where I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure the censors were asleep at the wheel when that went through, because I'm like, just friends, huh? Just friends stare at each other like that. Sure, Jan. Okay. Anyway, so what is kind of cool is that Qingling, he like looks very different in this opening scene than he does when we see him later on. And honestly, because his hair is like just, he still has his little bangs, but his hair is a little bit different. Yeah. So Zhou Chengling. So he is our young master. Chengling, as far as we know, he's the only survivor of the Zhang family. Now, we're going to go back to that scene, although they did rip his dad's arm off, so that's a pretty big indicator that he's probably dead. But the brothers, I'm assuming they were both killed, but we're going to go back and check that scene out again. But as far as we are led to believe, he is the only survivor, and they've got to get him to the Five Lakes Alliance, which they mention them in this episode. The Five Lake Alliance being the ones that reportedly 20 years ago killed Rongzhan, supposedly, allegedly. And so now it seems like they are, in fact, the way that Zhao talks, he makes it seem like the Five Lakes Alliance are a threat and that they're not the most organized or not the best to be associated with, which makes me believe that Prince Jin was kind of up against them too, which the scene we get with Prince Jin, which we'll go back to, kind of alludes to that fact as well. But I like that we have all this war and stuff going on, and then in the background there's like, oh yeah, the glazed armor, in case if you forgot. And he's like, oh, I'm not telling you my name, kid. I don't deserve that. Blah, blah, blah. I feel like the facial mask that Zhao is wearing, I don't know how long he's going to wear it in this series, but I don't know how long he's going to wear it. He may wear it halfway through, he may wear it to the end, but like Wen KeXing immediately saw through it. Immediately was like, are you wearing a disguise? And he's like, why would you think that? It's like, yeah. So they have these name cards, and at the Mirror Lake Mountain Villa, these mountain villas, y'all, prime destinations, unless you're possibly warring with a ghostly sect, are prime locations you might want to visit. But the Mirror Lake Mountain, and he gives him the card being like, come visit us. And he's like, well, I've got nothing better to do, so I guess I might as well. But anyway, I like that we go back to Lu Zhang being like, I was going to punish that. I like to call him old little ghoul or old sick ghoul. Like he's 30 and they're calling him old. Like, I was going to punish him. Why didn't you let me punish the sick ghoul? Interesting. His steps were so tricky. He was annoying. And then that's when Weixing says, with your ability, how could you win over the passing cloud steps? And she's like, what is that? Which sect is that from? The Four Seasons Mountain Villa. So he knows about them and says, this man might be the variable. I will meet with him. I want to know what the variable of what? Why is it so important to meet with him? What's going on there? What is he the variable of? What will he help you accomplish? And he clearly knows about them in the past. The Four Seasons, they've been disbanded for quite some time. So what's his history with them? I want to know the mystery. I like this random guy just like going through the river and chucking river water all over them radishes that he's going to sell in a farmer's market later. So what does Zhao say? He's like, well, he talks about the 5 seasons. Yeah, the kids. Okay, so the kids song. We need to go back to the kids song. Because I like that seems to be a trope as well, because in Heaven Official's Blessing, there was a childlike singing of a song, and it was connected to the plot, and that seems to be revealed in this episode as well. So all these kids say, if you chase me and I'll chase you. There's a legend in the martial arts world. The water of the 5 lakes converges throughout our lands. If I not me, who deserves to become the martial arts supreme leader. Which seems like it's tied to the 5 Lakes Alliance, and seems like it's tied to the armory, where you would be the supreme martial arts leader if you had the armory using the glazed armor. So everything's going to start to converge. All the storylines, they're all going to start to come together throughout this series. It's all going to do that. Yep. He's like, what a bizarre song the children are singing. The martial arts world has only been at peace for a few years. And yet the 5 Lakes World Alliance wants to gain power again and become the supreme leader unfairly. they'd gain without deserving it, and the disaster would be unavoidable. Yeah, for it seeming like it was a good thing that the Rongzhan was killed at the mountain, I assumed that was a good thing, like he was someone that they were all fighting, but the way that Zhao says it, it sounds like that the Five Lakes Alliance are not necessarily good people. So that's interesting. At first, when he walked up to Uncle Lee, I thought that it was Uncle Bai. I thought that he was going to see him again as a beggar, but that is not, and I thought that was going to go somewhere, but that's not the case. But man, this guy, Uncle Lee, he was here for one episode, but damn, he's just like the general Lee from last episode. He made the most out of this whole episode, didn't he? He was like acting the shit out of it. I was like, damn. And I'm sorry. As someone that has unfortunately seen a body when it dies, like I've been there when a family member has passed away, that death scene that he had at the very end there was very realistic. And I was like, oh, I was kind of thrown off by it. I was like, I was not prepared for that death scene to be his like dying acting being as good as it was. I was like, it was almost off-putting how real it was in a very disturbing way. So yeah, so he wants to go to the Mirror Lake sect to return the favor because the kid gave him the card. He might as well do it. And then, as he's about to go, old Wen KeXing's like, oh, hey, I'm over here on the other side of the lake. You know, if you don't mind, I'd like to have you come share a ride with me. I mean, why didn't you just get in the boat with the old man? You got money, I'm sure. But he was like, why would you run a ride with that old man when you could ride over here in style? Y'all. And that is like this beautiful townhouse boat that they go to. Where's this guy in his pristine white robes? How's he got all the money? Where's this coming from? Excuse me, sir? Why are you millionaire playboy just pulling up? What's happening? The mystery, y'all. And I like that Xiao's like, oh no, I'm good with this old man. I'm not gonna put on airs and do this. That look that he gives with the damn fan is like, that look that Wen KeXing has on his face is like, oh, you toying with me? That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna make this foreplay. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Insane. Insane, y'all. And he's like, I will personally arrive to welcome you. And Zhao's like, what? He's like, I'm sorry, excuse me? Sure. And so then as they're going away, she's like, who exactly is that sick ghoul? And he says, a variable. So I don't know what the variable means, but again, I don't have internet. So I feel as an English teacher, I know what a variable is, but I do want to know, just out of curiosity, that a variable, believe it or not, is not consistent to a fixed pattern, liable to change, able to be changed or adapted. So, or an element or feature that is likely to change. A quantity in a calculation assumed to vary or be varying in value. Or a variable star. Interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, he's a factor in all of this. And our dear lovely KeXing, I keep wanting to say Weshing, but KeXing, he thinks that he's involved in a way that might be beneficial to him in the future, I'm assuming. We just don't know to what ends, right? So the locations here are gorgeous. The locations of the Mirror Lake, beautiful. I love the scenery. And then, yeah, when Zhao's like, if I do die here, it would be worth it. Like, taking it all in. He's like, he's absorbing everything. He's like, I'm settling down, living my hobo life. I'm going to just live out the rest of my days in peace. Not if Wen KeXing has anything to do about it, though. And then he does the boat and dash. Boats and hose, boats and dash. Which it all comes back in the end. So yeah, this flying through the air. And as it feels so interesting because in just 2 episodes, we've gone from seeing Zhao in just 2 episodes be this stoic, serious, super hardcore, guilt-ridden, angsty, Enway driven, just like absolutely abashed, depressed man to flying through these apricot blossoms with just being like so much more at ease with himself. And it's so beautiful. Like, it's really cool to see in like literally 2 episodes to see this development with this character. But damn, then we have a fan versus a hat. Okay. And as he's going to take a drink, then, Wen KeXing is going to test out his steps. Now, here's the other thing. The theory about him being like a resurrected Liu Zhao or like a different version of Liu Zhao, there was a part of me that wondered that. But then if that were the case, you would think that Zhao would notice or remember something about him being similar to Liu Zhao. So again, I want to shelve that theory. But y'all, an abandoned boat, a love song, apricot blossoms, these two flying in the air and synchronized dancing. Sure, Jan. Yeah, quite the battle. I'm like, this man is just, he is intimidating as hell. Yeah. He's like, you're a bastard. He's like, oh no, my taste is perfectly fine. The moment he said my taste is perfectly fine, I was like, are you listening to this man? Are you listening to him? Because yeah, he is very much like sitting there like, I came to have a look at them again because your steps are so beautiful. I'm like, he is flirting with you, sir. He is, sir. I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know how to get these words. I don't know how to get this to register in your mind. But this man in this moment, he's like, I'm never going to be able to forget how beautiful your steps were. I can't help but see how gorgeous you are in person. I'm like, sir, he is flirting with you so hardcore, calling you elegant and godlike, and you call him a bastard? He's like, is there something wrong with your eyes? And I love that he's just like, he's like, is this your way of doing foreplay? Because I'm 1,000 times into it. I was like, are we on the same page? He's like, my taste is perfectly fine. Shut up. This man is like, oh, I'm going to be doing you by the end of the story. They're like snow returning with the wind, like the moon being obscured by light clouds. Beautiful, beautiful. And he's like, I loved it. I love that Zhao's like, who is this guy? Is he flirting with me? What? Yes, he is. He can recognize. Instead, he's like, oh, well, he recognized my moves. And he's like, oh, well. He's like, you're also a good drinker of wine. You want to go get some drink together? It's a perfect day to day drink in my boat. He was soliciting. He was like, you want to go hang out in my boat, have a nice day drink, and talk about things? Let me fan you and do other things. Like, what? Yes, after having a bot, you wouldn't feel so lonely. Like, he is just straight up skipping 9 steps. And Zhao's like, I mean, I'm a hobo. I don't really know if you want that. And he's like, oh, I followed you. Oh, no. I also like the fact that he's alluding to when he's like, oh, I'm not the chaser here. No. I was waiting for you to come to me. I was like, there is such like it's like if Lan Wangji and Hua Chong combined. There's just an air there. It's so crazy. He's like, I came to see you. And Zhao's like, oh, well. How come his bullshit is so fragrant? I am so into their dynamic already. I am 1,000 times into their dynamic already. I am loving this. And I love these just like, oh, we'll meet again in Zhonggu next time, right? It's like playing hard to get, huh? Oh my God. Insane. Okay. So then we go to the dad and one of the eldest son. Because they talk about the water of the 5 lakes converges throughout our lands. If not me who deserves to become the martial arts supreme leader. What the kids are singing. We've not taken part in the world's affairs in a long time. Okay. So we have Zhang Yusen, who's the dad. And then we have the son. He's like, there's become an unwelcome. They added another verse. So Changfeng. So Changfeng is the eldest, it seems. And we think he's dead. But he said they added another verse. and its lyrics are creepy and very suspicious. Okay, so this is the extra lyrics that have been added. The iridescent clouds have scattered, and the glaze has shattered. Okay. So, basically talking about the glazed armor that has been on the move. Who will cry with the ghosts on Mount Qingya? Yeah. Okay, so someone has taught the kids this creepy addition to the nursery rhyme, which is weird, and they're getting them all to sing it, and it's almost like, I wonder if it's one of those things where in one of the other Donghua and Dongmai that I've read and watched, there is a trope of ghosts or deities getting power the more they are worshipped or mentioned. Like the recognition gives them power. So I wonder if there's a spirit or something at work, like the chief, that is making the kids sing the rhyme to almost like will it into existence. Or maybe to get, because the hanging ghost is the one that had the piece of armor last time we checked, but then the person in red that I think is the chief stole it back. So what's the point? So I wonder if they're just trying to will the glazed armor to come back into existence and find its way back. Maybe. But I also like the fact that, like, don't speak of it here. There's such a creepy vibe. So they said, this year, Senior Dong once again personally came to invite you to the Mid-Autumn Festival gathering with the Five Lakes Alliance. So this Mirror Lake, they have been kind of holding out from meeting up with the other Five Lakes, and it seems like stuff's about to go down, and them holding out just happened to get the ghosts' attention. It's been a long time since we met Uncle Gao. All right. So then he takes him, he's like, who is that man? He's like, oh, he's a beggar that Chengling's name card gave. And he's like, oh, we're letting hobos in the palace now? I didn't want to spoil his mood, and I asked the housekeeper to offer him a place to stay. I like that Dad's like, you should really take better care of your brothers than letting strangers in when we were just talking about a possible coup. He's like, sure. So yeah, I like that he gets the woodshed, giving me scum villain vibes. I like the woodshed. He's like, oh, since you're a friend of the little master, you get to stay in our exclusive woodshed suite. At least there's a bed, but damn, there ain't no cushion. You might have stayed in this woodshed for a few days. And he's like, a woodshed. I love it. He's like, well, if you're offended, you can go sleep out by the other boats. He's like, no. Actually, I like the woodshed. It's perfectly fine. But, if you could find me some wine, maybe some cheese and crackers, that'd be amazing, kid. So then we go back to Prince Jin. I like that we have our set change. We go back here, saying there are a few generals who couldn't judge the situation. They've been killed. Okay. Jin, I also like establishing how evil he is by saying, oh, just put their heads on a spike as an example. Great. And so then they talk about that the people in Jingyan are spreading a creepy song among the children. I like they're like, we can't have children singing about glazed armor and the whereabouts of it. No. He's like, well, we can't kill the kids, but we need to investigate it. So the mechanical bird is a thing that they just bring up. And it's been falling. I feel like, has a mechanical bird been in Modao Zushi or in another series? I feel like it might have been. Maybe. But they bring it that it's been following Zhao and trying to keep track of him, but it's having a hard time doing so. Yeah, maybe it's because of me reading MXTX's work and not being very trustworthy of middle-aged authority figures. But I just don't get good vibes from Jin. And he very much seems like the type that he wants Xiao back, no matter what the cost. And he's stroking these beads. And I just don't get good vibes from it. Just saying. So this whole scene with the veins is creepy. So he says, the nails of the 7 orifices in 3 autumns are hurrying my death again. So I'm assuming that when he was talking about putting in the nails slowly over the course of months, the idea was to keep your martial abilities, but also to delay your senses from being taken from you. And so it's a question of like, every night is this happening? Like, if he's awake at midnight, does it do this for him? That's exhausting. Like, does he have to keep like his veins and everything down for like the full 15 minutes before he can help himself? Like, that's terrifying. Also, stuff with like veins rolling creeps me out a lot. So I'm gonna skip over that scene. That was creepy. But yeah, so also Zhao has seen the ghost masks before. He's read about them in a file. What did the mirror like do to provoke these ghosts? Right? So then he's trying to figure out what's happened. He's like, the servants are all, he's like, not a single martial artist is fighting back. The Mirror Lake sect has been devastated by the Ghost Valley. So yeah, and then we see him looking around and we see the boatmaster. He's like, why would a mechanical bird? I want to see that. Yeah. They show us that mechanical bird. Yeah, it's just a damn bird. Yep. A mechanical sparrow. Why would a spy from the window of heaven be here? And then I like these, like, okay, wait, I'm not going to worry about window of heaven right now. I've got to see about saving anybody that's still alive. And so he goes over, and that's when we see Qingling. And I loved in this battle the use of the funeral paper as discs, the funeral paper as blades. That was so cool. Like, I know I've seen from Modao Zushi the funeral paper being used, but not as a weapon and not as like part of the scenery. Like, that was really cool. I liked that a lot. I thought that fight scene was really well done. And honestly, there is a lot of damn blood in this series. I was not expecting the amount of blood that this series shows. But right in the middle of the fighting, then all of a sudden also Zhao's curved blade feels like it's sexual in reference and nature, but feels like it is. But then when they pan up to that damn window, and then when KeXing's just sitting there with his fan like, oh, hey. Just undressing him with his eyes every second. Every second. I'm like, dude, you have got it so down for Zhao. So down. Like, I'm sorry. And Zhao's like, what have I done? Have I done something? But I'm so curious. And the other part of me, though, too, is I can't decide, because I know that, you know, red is wedding garb in Chinese culture, but white is often like funeral garb, right? And for Wen KeXing to be in solid white, like white fan, white robes, white garb, to me, that gives ghost vibes to me, right? It gives ghost vibes. If there was more color in it, I wouldn't think that, but it's all white. Like, the whole deal is white. So it gives funeral vibes. So I don't know if that's tied to it or not. Because with the red, you would think wedding or you would think demon. So I don't know. Again, we're going to shelve that theory. But also, he's not only hot, he's not only got a badass fan, he's not only confident, smirks, shameless, he's drinking a damn flask. How much more badass can we be, sir? I'm so curious. Also, is there anything on the flask that he has? It looks like sparrows or cranes, but I can't tell for sure. It looks like a crane. Yeah. Herm. So then we go to the dad, who got his arm chopped off. Again, so bloody. And they're like, if you don't want to suffer, hand the glazed armor quickly. And he's like, in your dreams. I love the in your dreams line. So then the one son's there, and there's the other son. Are you going to look at we don't get to see if him or the sons are killed. We don't get to see that. So they could still be alive for all we know. But yeah, so Zhao has an attack and he needs to focus on it. They basically do Dragon Ball Z. There's a scene early on in Dragon Ball Z where Goku, the main character, looks over at Piccolo, who was originally kind of an antagonist, and then they kind of became friends, which is sort of like him and the boat Uncle Lee. And they agree that they're like, hey, if you can stall him for 15 minutes, I'll power up and we'll all be good to go. It's literally that. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, so I don't know when Changling got hurt. I don't know when that happened. I'm assuming it could have been during either this battle or by the boat, but I really liked the battles in this episode. They were really good. I liked them a lot. But yeah, so they end up, he's like, the boatman says that your dad, your family once saved me, so I'm doing this for you. I'm going to return my life and return the gesture. And I like that in this moment, Zhao kind of realizes that the old boatman is a man of honor and integrity, right? He does have, roll credits, word of honor, and he tries to save this kid, but lo and behold, the ghosts show up. Now, the ghosts, creepy as hell. The moment where those ghosts like slowly start walking, like they don't even walk, they just glide. They just glide forward on screen. Creepy. Very creepy. So, was the chief among them? Because one of them had walnuts that they threw. Yeah. Because they said, be obedient and hand over the glazed armor. But didn't one of them have walnuts and could have been the chief? I'm so curious. So they go in and they all are on their strings like they're going to attack. And then they all show up. Like, it reminds me a lot of the old like kind of B-movie Puppet Master series, how they slide in. But now the main one that slides in, that's in the lead, is he possibly the chief? Because he kind of comes in first and is standing there. And that's when Changling goes to hurt him and try to attack him. And he shoves him aside and he falls back. And then he goes to kill the old man and says how he would have cultivated such a useless brat. Yeah. But then whenever he goes over, he has the sword held high. And that's when, just right about the time that Zhang, I like that Changling goes to try to save Zhao, right, from him getting hurt. And that's when he's like, what are you doing? And then Gu is like, oh, by the way, bitch. No. I love it. I love Gu showing up. She's such a queen. She just glides down. She's so feisty, so fierce. Love her. She is the moment. I love it. And yeah, so she kicks him. She has him like hung up, which is a great effect. Kicks him across, right? Knocks him back down. And as he's knocked down, I wanted to see what I could see. But as he gets knocked, and then Zhao's like, oh shit, she's decent. All right. And so he's trying to get all of his meridians stabilized. And then the one ghost vanishes, it looks like. And then goes out the door and says, I'll hang you, you arrogant ghost. How dare you do evil in front of me? I love it. She says turn them into a real ghost, so maybe she just meant that it's kind of like Heaven Official's Blessing where there are ghosts, but they're not, they are dead, but they're still there, so it's kind of like they're undead. So then she's like, I'll really kill you. So yeah, she tries to spot the ghosts as they're going around her. But I want to see which one like dumps over the walnuts. And if that was the case. Because the main one, was it him? I like that one tries to attack her. She misses the sword. Good for her. Kicks him. Knocks him back against the wall. Right? And then one tries to throw the lamp. She misses the sword again. I want to see which one she kicks and knocks over the walnuts, right? To see if they leave. Girl is, and she has like the side knives. I love it. Whenever Changling got thrown against the wall, I thought she had like maybe cut his sash and was dragging him along out of harm's way. No, that wasn't the case. He was getting drugged by one of the ghosts, and then it gets cut by Uncle Lee. He tries to take a stab at him, and that's when Uncle Lee stabs him with the dagger, and he falls backwards. But he doesn't have the walnuts either, so it wasn't him. She fights one of them, knocks them back. Then she knocks two of the others. Trying to keep track of which ghost is which is virtually impossible. Meanwhile, Zhao is like, I'm just trying to power up. Give me a couple more minutes. I love her spinning effects there. She knocks one ghost back through a door. The door lands on him. Then she like flips another one. Knocks them back too. Okay, 2 of the walnuts fall from that one. The walnuts seemed like they were the sign of the chief. So was the chief among them in that moment? Was the chief among them as they were fighting and was just disguising themselves as the other ghosts so that they wouldn't stand out? I don't know. I don't know. I'm so curious. Because, okay, yeah, then there were 4. There were 4 left. But then, okay, then he wakes up to start fighting them and gets the blood on the sword and everything. So here's my thing. There were originally 5, weren't there? I'm going to go back. There were originally 5 ghosts. So, yeah, there were 5. There were originally 5 of them, but then in the last moment, there were only 4. So one of them dropped the walnuts and left, right? And that's before Wen KeXing shows up. So I want to try to get what we have. Was one of the ghosts the chief, but then showed up as Wen KeXing for that moment? Surely not, but I want to keep track. I don't think that's the case. Yeah, because he fell over there, dropped the walnuts. She stopped him. Another one came at her. Then another one. And there were the 4 of them. The 5th one was still knocked out to the side. What happens with them? It's so fast. You have to keep track of what happens to all of them. Because then he has a sword. So there's the 4 of them fighting. And he has the curved sword. He slashes 2 of them. Then a 3rd. Okay. Do all 4 of them fall? But then what about the 5th? What about the 5th ghost? Yeah. And she knocks them down. Okay. So there they are. You're good at martial arts. Okay, so there's one. Yeah. What about the 5th? Do we get confirmation about them? Because right as he's about to fall back, why, just look who shows up. But then Wen KeXing. Yeah, look who shows up with the curved blade. Oh, don't mind me. Don't mind me showing up right beside you in this moment. So, it could be possible, it could be very possible, that the chief ran away. After he got knocked to the side and he lost the walnuts, the chief could have ran away, and that was that. Or the chief came back and was part of those 4 that were attacking him, but I don't think that's the case. Or could it be that the chief is also Wen KeXing, and as soon as the chief was knocked back, that's when he came to show back up? But Gu Zhang, would she have done what she did facing them because of that without knowing which one was? So many mysteries! So many mysteries. The point is, he shows up with perfect timing and is like, oh, hey, how you doing? I couldn't help but notice you have this very interesting sword between my fingers. It curves so nicely, you know. Yeah, when he says nice sword and his eyes get like really, really intense in that moment, the fudge. And Zhao's like, don't touch my sword, sir. But I feel like there is something to the fact that Zhao automatically feels like he needs to attack, Wen KeXing. I feel like there's like a point to it. Or he's just like, quit flirting with me. I don't know. He's like, oh, brother. They're already brothers. Ken Weshing's known him for 5 minutes. He's like, we're already brothers. Can I call you brother? Are we good there? Is that great? And Zhao's like, the fudge? But yeah. In any case, the old man's about to die. But before he dies, he's tried to save this kid. And he's going to make Zhao take this kid to the 5 lakes. The way that Wen KeXing looks at Zhao as he walks away is just like, it's like a declaration. It's an, I'm going to fuck this man. That is the declaration. Every time he watches him walk away, it is amazing. I have not seen a man I fuck another man as hard as he has in quite some time. And pardon my language, but it is egregious. And even like Wen KeXing in that moment is like, this man's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. He's gonna die. Like, he knew the moment he walked over there that it was not gonna work. And when he looks over, the look on his face when he looks over it's so intense when he looks over to Zhao and he's like, mm-mm. So basically what they do is they just try to stabilize him for as long as they can to like let him die peacefully, which is fine, which is nice. This poor little kid though, the acting in this scene is really good. And the way the two of them look at each other in this whole scene, the way that Zhao and KeXing look at each other. Oh my God. It's just the eye intimacy is off the mother truckin' charts. The eye intimacy is off the charts. I cannot. And so he begs him, he's like, you're going to take this kid to the Five Lakes Alliance. You're going to go, you're going to listen to him. I'm giving you this last request. He's like, I'm going to remember your name. The gods are watching you. This is my dying request. If you break your promise, I'll curse your ancestors. And then he dies. So yeah, around, there's 4. There are 4 that were around there. The 5th one left. Mysteries. Mysteries, a lot of it. Mysteries, a lot of it. Okay. But damn, that death scene was powerful. It really was. And yeah, the way that KeXing looks at him, he's just like, I can't get over it. So meanwhile, over across the river, the one guy's like, oh damn, something's going on down there. Like, we need to go back over there. Like, get the boats. The boat has been gouged. Okay, so Dang Quan, the disciple of the sect, he was the one they were talking about earlier, wasn't he? And so the boats have been gouged to where they can't go over there and help. And what do they say there? The boatman is dead. So what do we do? And they send up a flare. Okay. I like to imagine that Zhao and that kid dug that entire grave, because there ain't no way in hell that Wen KeXing dug that grave and still has not a speck of dirt on them robes. There's no way! There is no way that happened. No. Mm-mm. But anyway, so speaking of names and their ever importance in this series, they're like, oh, Brother Lee, you have a sharp eye for talent. You entrusted this kid to Brother Zhao. And it looks to me that Brother Zhao has a prominent and sharp bone structure. A man who places great value on loyalty. Well, if bone structure and jawlines are signifying of trust, then you have no problem keeping your secret safe with me. Oh, yes. Zhao is clearly loyal because of his amazing bone structure and fine looks. Quite. Yeah, you just lay it on as thick as you want. As thick as it gets. So, and there's also a bit of Wen KeXing that he just rubs me kind of as having an air of could-be villain to him, because even with the death of the uncle, he doesn't have that like reverence of, oh, Ray, he rest in peace, will be revered of him. He's kind of like, there's not sarcasm there, but there is a little air, a hint of satiricalness to it that is so fascinating to me. And I like that Zhao's like, okay, anyway, thank you. And he's like, oh, you gave me praise. Let me come over here and just feed off of that. He's like, I am Wen KeXing. I at your service. Although, by at your service, I mean I can be a service top. I can do whatever you want, sir. And your name is Zhao Zhu. Is Zhao Shu. Which character's Shu? He's like, And I like this. Zhao's like, quit trying to be suspecting me. Stop it. He's like, oh, the Zhu and Liu Zhu, meaning Willow Catkins. He's like, oh, what a good name, you liar. A righteous and just man with the figure of a flying catkin. Oh, this poor kid. Here rests Uncle Lee. Damn. So he's injured and could be dying. My thing is, I don't know why the kid is hiding it and why the kid won't get, a damn Band-Aid put on it. Because I'm like, I get where Wen KeXing's coming from. He's like, this wound's going to get worse if you don't treat it. And he's like, I'm fine. I'm like, you're bleeding out. You might want to put, a bandage on that or something. He's like, no, it'll be fine. I'm like, oh no, seems a bit stubborn to be stubborn. I cannot get over how Wen KeXing's like, you want to come back to my place? Spend the night? Wink, wink. And he's like, okay. And then he's sitting there fanning, just pleased as punch. And he's like, Ajing, make some food. And she's like, I'm way ahead of you. I knew you were going to get them to come over. And he's just like, aha. She's like, hurry inside. He's like, oh, don't mind. He's like, don't mind this abandoned place. I've already got a place on the lookout. That is, oh my God, just a damn Cheshire cat. That's what he is, a damn Cheshire cat. I'm obsessed. And I love Zhou just being like, I got a bad feeling about this. But yeah, inside, she's making the bread, which I love. I love the look when he picks up the bread from her and kind of looks over. That look on his face is like, are you going to eat it? To be fair, I'm not a big pita bread person. I'm not a big naan person. A flatbread, you can make a pizza out of it and it would be fine. But I'm not just like, I wouldn't eat a flatbread just to eat a flatbread, But those little dumpling things that she had on the stick, those look pretty decent. But just the bread, it's okay. And I love that he's just like, you know what? I'll give it to you. He's like, here, let me sit next to you. Let me get closer to you and give you the bread. Here, you want me to take a bite out of it and have an indirect kiss with you? And like this, she's like, oh, well, I made that for you. And he's like, come on. She's like, you should eat first. It's not poisoned. I love that she just holds the stick out and she's like, take it. Take the bread. It's so funny. It's such a good moment. She makes him take it and he's like, fine. And then she's like, we're not going to poison you. She's like, you're not timid. I love that Wen KeXing kind of humors her and he's like puts the bread in his mouth like, shut up. This is my moment. I can't wait to read this in the novel. This is great. Although the acting is so good in this scene. He's like, please eat my egg McMuffin, please. I'm not meaning it in any sexual way. She's like, you're cautious, but you just got extorted by that man for 3 maces of silver each. So, what can you say? I like that Wen KeXing kind of doesn't let her go too far. He's like, hey, tone it down. Don't be insulting them. We've let him in, but he's like, tone it down. It's okay to see if your actions show you are a gentleman. I love that KeXing's like, and I like gentlemen. So, and he's like, what do you mean? She's like, stop acting literate. I have a headache whenever you act literate. So then they talk about a record, meaning that even if he's an ordinary man, once he makes a promise, he'll fulfill it. Because of that, he would travel a long way without worrying about his life. And that is called a ranger. You know what? If you've watched Lord of the Rings, Zhou gives off a very Aragorn-esque quality to him. So I'm kind of all about it. I would say that KeXing is not really like Legolas at all. He's more like Galadriel and Elrond mixed together at this point. And so then he's like, thank you. And then Zhao's like, you don't have to thank me. It's fine. But he gets down and then I like that Gu Zhang is like, you don't like the bread? Here's a bun. Like, I made you food. I saved your life. Kneel. And then when he does kneel, she's like, I wasn't being serious. But yeah, KeXing keeps her in check. Make sure she doesn't get too brassy. She's like, people nowadays can't distinguish between good and evil. Which to me is saying something because the vibes with KeXing and Gu Zhang, they both are like, I don't feel threatened by them, but they also feel kind of menacing in a very interesting way. Like, I don't feel like they're villainous, but they don't feel like just run-of-the-mill cultivators. They feel like ghosts. And I don't know if they're posing as people. I don't know if that's just their personality and it's because it's a different author than I'm used to with Don Mai, but it's such a vibe. She's like, I only scolded him slightly, but he glared resentfully at me. And I like that KeXing's like, nobody's gonna marry you if you're being a bitch like that. She's like, I'm not interested. Love it. She's like, coward. And then he kneels and she's like, well, I didn't want that. She's like, you didn't have to go that extreme. And I like that she looks at him and kind of just pouts. She's like, I didn't ask you to kneel. Stand up. So the sticks with the bread, whenever we come back to them over the fire, I really wanted it to be Wen and Zhao, like, just making them together. And then at some point when they're, like, doing the hand fighting and doing more foreplay, she, like, puts the sticks together like they're making out. And I was like, yes, girl, you know what's up. She knows what's going on. But yeah, she's like, I'm going to make a ton of bread and you bitches are going to eat it. But, I mean, y'all, there's Zhao lying casually like Kate Winslet, waiting to be drawn like one of KeXing's French girls. And KeXing is just sitting there like, glad I have these robes on to hide any possible intrusions. And he's just looking at him like it kills me because there's literally Zhao, draw me like one of your French girls, sitting there contemplating what to do, and then you cut over to KeXing and he's just like, so we could do it like this. We could also do this, but the first move I want to do is this. Like he just cat about to eat the canary. And Zhao's like, what? And he says, did you disguise yourself? And Zhao's like, I'm not talking about this. He's like, I don't want to talk about this to you. And then, oh my God, I cannot get over his face. He knows. He knows. But yeah, but he seems to have figured out the kid's injured and wonders why this is a thing. And then he says, I don't want to be called a warrior. I've held a grudge against warriors my whole life. So that's an aspect about KeXing. He doesn't like being called a warrior. Doesn't like warriors, which might explain why maybe he has some. Did the Four Seasons Mountain Villa do something to him in the past or cause some harm to him? We don't know. And then Gu Zhang says, previously the silly kid talked about all this self-righteous stuff. There are many layers to it. It was almost like he was telling a story. I thought he was so capable, but he was just bluffing. When he needs to fight, he only has the capability to run away and cry. Which Zhao starts to get a little bit frustrated by because he can probably relate. She's like, I think your righteousness can only exist in the theater. And that's when he gets mad and Zhao's like, no, don't get mad. We don't get mad and quarrel with others. A true man never quarrels with others. And then KeXing says, well, she says you're a man who can't handle a sword properly. And that's when KeXing's like, Zhang, you're getting him riled up. You're pushing buttons. You shouldn't do such things. Like, I like that he kind of lets her know when to stop. Like, you're going too far. And that's when Zhao changes the subject about her saving their life. She's like, oh, because he's like, you know, we were about to get taken over by these ghosts and you just happened to come in at the right moment, at the right time, you know, and then your friend just happened to catch me at the right time. And she's like, stop calling me a kind lady. It gives me the goosebumps. My name is Gu Zhang. And to me, that also, like, I don't know, it just gives me ghost vibes. It's like, we're fated to have met. We met at the right time. We also met at the wrong time, too. Oh, I love the mystery of it. Yes. And then Wen says, oh, well, fate's gifted to you by the heavens. Aren't you and little young Master Zhang fated, too? It almost felt like he's like, don't think you're, he's like, I know you're saying you're fated to this girl, but, you know, you could also be fated to men, too. Perhaps. And Zhao's like, I mean, I guess. I cannot with Wen KeXing in this episode. I cannot. Although, I don't know what the thing with the kid and the blood is. I don't know what the thing about that is. And why that's such a thing. So he's like, you know, I know some medical skills for my family, so if you don't mind, which I'm like, I want to know about these medical skills. I want to know how this works. And Zhao's like, leave him alone. But then he says, well, stop hiding his injury and refusing my treatment. So I want to go back to this scene here. If the child dies from the injury, then it won't have anything to do with me. But your ancestors in the netherworld, remember you were cursed, right? But Zhao doesn't want him to do it. And so they do their little dancing foreplay. Because, you know, Aswin. And I love that Goo's just like, oh, are we having more foreplay? Do I need to go get the camera, sir? I love it. I love that she's just like, oh, how exciting. I love her expressions where she's just keeping track. And then, yeah, and the two of them. And then, yeah, she makes the two sticks go next to each other with the bread. Yes! I love it. But yeah, they both follow each other's moves. And it's like she's practicing them with the sticks. And then I'm like, come on now, y'all. And she has the two breads hit each other. Oh, that look on her face where she's like, ooh, okay. She's like, oh, should you two have this room to yourself? Should I leave? I want to get their faces right at that moment because I love that. I love when she hips it. Oh, she's in on the joke. She's one of us, y'all. She knows. She knows between these two. It's clear. Mr. Wen, if you have ulterior motives, why don't you make it clear? You don't have to act. Which is hilarious from Zhao being like, you don't have to act. And Wen's like, pot calling the kettle black, bitch. Because it's like, if you're truly not our enemy, then don't force him. And then he's like, oh, you're so cute. I can't. I literally cannot, y'all. And he's like, fine. And I'm just like, right in front of everyone's salads and naan bread. So, And then he just stares at him. Like, it's the most, like, he just eye fricks the shit out of him. Insane. Insane, y'all. Oh my God. I'm in love with both of these men. I'm going to be simping so hardcore. I hope you all are okay with it. I hope you're all fine with that. You'll have to be because that's what's going to happen. But I'm genuinely excited. The mystery between Wen and the mystery with Wen KeXing and with Gu Zhang, and are they ghosts? Are they part of the 10 Devils? Are they not? What are they? What's their mission? Why are they following for kicks and giggles, Zhao? And then the whole thing with the glazed armor. I'm so fascinated. And I want to know more. And I want to see where it goes. And I'm really excited to be on this journey. So, anyway, I'm excited to hear your comments down below. Please, no spoilers. I will find out answers to all of these questions. Don't you worry. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. Take care. And yeah, I'll be back next time with episode 3 of Word of Honor. Bye.